Thank you, Josh. Thank you very much. As you said, my name is Mike Foley. I was the design lead for Epidemic Pants. I was in charge of the combat system, the attacks, the player state patterns, and I am a huge fan of Galar. So huge, they let me set up their ramps every now and then. Now, let's get started. All right. So I want to start off by talking about how single attacks work in our game. Now, basically here we have Schultz starting up his first attack animation. Now, the simplest way what we do during the attack animation was we draw a box. Throw a box like out there that serves a few purposes, as shown. First of all, I mean, the most obvious effect of the box is, we have something to compare collision with other enemies with. So if the enemy's within this box, then obviously he's been hit. However, it also contains some, useful data underneath the hood that, contains how much damage is dealt, how long do they get stunned for, does it knock them down, does it throw them up into the air, and that kind of stuff. Now, granted though, it's all well and good, but I mean, if you're running around just throwing out one attack all day, I mean, it's boring, it's lame. So we have a combo system, and I'm going to tell you about how the combo system actually works. So here we have our main character. We start out with our first button press that starts the first attack. Now, each attack has 3 stages. You have the startup, the hit window, and the cancel frame. Now, the way they proceed, the startup is self-explanatory. It's just the beginning of the animation. The hit window I just told you about. But the cancel frame is essentially a small window at the end of the animation where if you press the attack button again, it will cancel out of that first attack animation and link into the next animation, essentially creating a combo, and it proceeds like this, with the startup, hit frame, and the cancel window. Now, pressing the button at that cancel window will stop the animation and proceed into the next. And then it proceeds along the same path with startup, hit frame, and cancel. And to finish off, we have a much more devastating attack that generally knocks down and does a whole bunch of damage, and it finishes up. Now, that's great. The combat system is, we do 2 things with this. We create a pretty simple system that people can just get on and just mash buttons and be perfectly satisfied. We also have for the technical players out there who really want to delve deep and get to know the system and pull off a lot of interesting tricks. It's much more satisfying there as well. Now, combat's fun, but I mean, without special effects and cool stuff to look at, I mean, game can get boring real fast. So I'm going to introduce the man, the myth, the legend, one half of the stars of our game, Schultz, otherwise known as Thomas Styron.